Hello, my name is Duke and welcome to the Sailing My Magic video channel. I am sailing Magic, my 2015 lagoon catamaran around the world, and this is a special bonus video on how to clean your two-stroke carburetor. After they sit for a while, ethanol gas gets gummy in there and you will need to know how to clean it out. If you're not mechanically inclined or have no interest, this might not be the video for you. But if you're going to sail anywhere, you probably need to know how to do this. Okay, this is going to be how to clean the carburetor on a Yamaha two-stroke, although it's very similar for all of them. This latch here, you push it down. It's very tight. I stick a screwdriver handle in there and just tap it with a hammer, and it comes down just fine that way. Then you need to remove the cover, lift up a little bit forward. Now the carburetor is on the other side of this. And the other one here, you need a Phillips screwdriver. The next thing is this heat sink has to be removed. It's a 10mm socket. Once you get the bolt started, then you can simply put the socket on there and turn it. It's not a long bolt or difficult one. Then you're just going to pick up the heat sink and move it to the side so you can access the fuel line, which is right there. There's a squeezable retainer on it. You gotta squeeze that, slide it back, and then slide the fuel line off. There are two bolts on the air filter. They're both 10mm. You can unscrew those next. Finally, I've already unscrewed the throttle linkage. If you give the throttle a twist, not quite loose enough, and that linkage drops out. Just be really careful you don't lose that screw. At this point, I have the two bolts coming out of the air box. They actually hold the carburetor in, so I'm going to pull those two out, and then the carburetor will just slide to the left. 4 screws on the float bowl, here, 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 and here. They're just regular Phillips screws. Next, we want to unscrew this screw here and lift up the float here just a little bit so you can squirt down and clean out that needle hole. And put it back together, tighten that screw down. Next, we're going to lift this cap off here. Now this is a tricky sort of bit. An ordinary screwdriver flares out where it was crushed by the machine to make it. And that's okay for this one if you get it in the right size and get it in just right. But this one, you can't get down in there with a regular screwdriver. What you need is a screwdriver that goes straight down so you can get into that area. I can't emphasize enough using the right screw on them. These are brass, and if you strip them, you're in real trouble. So this little one has tiny holes on the side and a hole through it, and I can see there's gunk on this one, which may have been part of the problem on this. The other one has multiple holes, and I'll show you that's a little different. Now on this bigger one, it's in 2 parts. You unscrew the top part here. As you can see, just has the one hole through the middle, and then you got to dump this out. The long part, see there's 2 lengths, the rings. The long ring goes in, or the long length next to the ring goes in first. And on both of these, you squirt carburetor cleaner through the middle, through the hole there, and put your finger on the end so it comes out these little tiny holes. Again, these are brass parts. You don't want to force anything. You don't want to over tighten anything. Just screw it in snug and make sure the screwdriver is the right size. Next, we're going to remove this plate. There's a bunch of little holes underneath that to squirt out, but we're almost done. Make sure the Phillips screwdriver is seated really hard. Push hard on it. You don't want to strip any of these out. Now when you get the cover off, there's all these little holes and nooks and crannies. Just squirt carburetor cleaner in all of them, and if it looks like it's only dribbling out somewhere, squirt more. You want it to, any that's a through hole, you want it to squirt out. Reverse all steps to reassemble. Be sure to slide the finger from the carburetor choke into the loop from the manual choke control that's on the engine. Job well done. Enjoy a nice sundowner and relax.